been a long time in coming for those of us in Flint who have been working to secure the release of Amir Hekmati. Tonight I'll join Amir's sister, his brother-in-law, and we'll meet his other sister as we travel to Frankfurt. So I'll have a chance tomorrow for the first time to actually meet Amir Hekmati, somebody that I have been working to free, and a person that I feel like I've come to know ever since I came to Congress, though I've never spoken to him on the phone and never had a chance to meet him. That changes tomorrow. So I just want to start off by saying how grateful I am for this moment. It's a victory for diplomacy, and I want to thank the President and his entire team for their effort. Every time I spoke to the President about Amir, he was completely ready to discuss it, and I believe has done everything in his power to get him home, and today is a manifestation of all that effort. So let me start just quickly, and I'll take all your questions when we're done, just by reading the statement that the Hekmati family released. We thought they may be able to join, but it's an incredibly emotional time for them, and they are going to see Amir before they have much public comment. Today, this is from the Hekmati family. Today, our brother, son, and friend Amir Hekmati has been released from Iran. We have now been officially told that he is on a plane and has left Iran. It is hard to put into words what our family feels right now. We remain hopeful, in hopeful anticipation until Amir is in our arms. As many of you know, Amir's father is very ill and will soon embrace his son once more. We're incredibly grateful We're incredibly grateful for today's news. We thank our government, we thank all of you whose thoughts and prayers have helped us tremendously since Amir was taken from us. You know, obviously this has been a really emotional time. We've had a few instances where we thought Amir might come home, and it's been close, and then it didn't happen. So when we got the call yesterday that Amir was with the Swiss ambassador, you know, it was an exciting and thrilling moment, but it was just a real relief. We've been working on this, and I just want to say how much I appreciate being a part of and associated with the Hekmati family. They feel like family to me now. Amir's the only one that I've not gotten to know. We'll change that soon. This is an incredible family that has stood with such grace in the most difficult time that a family could ever imagine. I mean, I've often thought to myself, what would I feel like, and what would I want my member of Congress to do if it were my own son sitting in a prison, one of the worst prisons in the world, on the other side of the world? And that's what drove the work that we were involved with. I also want to thank my staff here in Flint, my staff in Washington have made this really a personal cause, and they put in enormous hours. Let me just tell you a little bit about our efforts that we've been engaged with, just because I want to make sure that folks are aware. We launched a very public campaign, the Free Amir campaign, soon after I came to Congress. It was bipartisan from the very beginning. I still remember asking members of Congress to hold up a Free Amir sign. And on the very same day, minutes apart, I had John Lewis, one of the most liberal members, the stalwart of the civil rights movement, and Darrell Issa, who represents a different branch of our political spectrum, both stand up for Amir Hekmati. That says something about what we do when one of our own is left behind, this young man, this Marine. So we engaged in a campaign that was essentially intended to make sure that nobody forgets Amir Hekmati. The big fear I know that the family had and that we shared is that these cases get a lot of attention at the outset. And if somebody doesn't make sure that they continue to have the story told, they can kind of fade away. And so for 4.5 years, we have had a very public effort through the Free Amir campaign, in which thousands of people from across the country, but so many people from right here at home, got engaged and felt it was their personal obligation to do whatever they could to make sure Amir's story did not fade away. And I think that made a difference. I mean, I know what my job was, is to make sure that Amir Hekmati is not forgotten. But the part of the work that we haven't really been able to talk about until today was the other part of our effort. Very early on, I met Ambassador Julio Haas, who is the Swiss ambassador to Iran. He came to Washington on many occasions. We met and strategized and worked very closely with him. Obviously, their principal work has been with the U.S. administration, but we had more than one avenue to communicate. And the Swiss and their ambassador to Iran, they are one, he is, and they are really one of the heroes of this effort. They have proven to be a great ally and a great resource to us. The Omani ambassador to the United Nations, or to the United States, and all of the resources that they have been enormously helpful. We visited with them on many occasions, and they were very helpful. Lots of other folks. Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright became a real ally in helping us directly communicate with some of the people that she knew in Iran, including the President and the Foreign Minister. I personally met on a number of occasions directly with the Iranian government. I met with Ambassador Karzai, who was the UN ambassador, the permanent representative from Iran in New York, on a number of occasions dating back to 2013. Also met with Ambassador Khushroo, who is his successor. And then last September, when I was in New York, ostensibly to see the Pope's speech to the United Nations, the real purpose was for me to have a chance to meet with Foreign Minister Zarif and continue to press for this moment to occur. The administration led the charge, but it took a lot of members of Congress to be willing to stand with the administration as this negotiation has come to fruition. And myself and the other members, especially those who represent the other Americans being released, worked really hard to make sure that this day came. This is a victory for diplomacy, as the President said. We know that it's going to take many steps to bring Iran back to the international community, back to being a full partner in the global community, back to being engaged in a way that we can work with them as a full partner in the global community. The nuclear agreement was a very big step, but the release of these Americans is a tangible demonstration, as I have been saying for years, a tangible demonstration that they're serious about rejoining the global community. It's only one step, but it's an important one.